Experiment. Explore. Enjoy.
So we're here with Vaclav at the Bastl store. How's it going?
Hey, welcome to our booth. My name is Václav, and we have two new things to show. One of them is Crust. It's a drum module. It's a drum voice. It's right here. It's part of the Pizza series of modules. They share the same hardware, but we really put a lot of attention to the firmware, and we try to make really solid drum voice that can do a lot, but still like gives you the usable drum sounds and not and just like kind of skipping the bloat in between. So there is an octave control, really useful for performing. Then there is the pitch envelope, and then there is detuning for the like modulating oscillator on the tone layer. So there are two layers. So the second layer is noise, and you can kind of crossfade between the layers like this. But it's not a simple crossfader. It also adjusts the decay of the tone and noise. So if I bring in a little bit of the noise in, you can hear that there is like a short noise transient to the tone. Here they become like equal. And now it becomes sort of like a tonal transient to the noise. So it kind of, and then just noise. So and I think this macro really like kind of like simplifies like the most common like mixdown scenarios for, let's say, tone noise in drum synthesis. And when you modulate it, you basically get a drum beat. So this whole module can like do like a lot of different and unusual types of drum kit type sounds with when you feed it with modulation.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. And there is the envelope, so you can make it shorter, very short. And then if you go left with the envelope, it does a bit of a like attack type sounds. And here is just the decay envelope. And then there is the whole timbre section, where you can put a lot of emphasis on transients. So there is this clip setting, where to the right, you're basically hard clipping just the transient, and then to the left you kind of soft clip the whole signal, and it gets really saucy when you kind of like mix it with the noise a little bit. It gets like really crunchy and can go like all the way. But again, it's a clipping, but it's made in a way that the level is compensated, so it never gets like too loud. Then there is the shape. So this fader has three lights. The shape is basically for the tonal section. So you can accentuate the transient with an FM envelope in this case, or shape the whole body.
Wow.
Let's keep it somewhere here. And then there is a filter setting, and that's just the filter for the noise. So you can filter down the noise to your liking.
Great.
And finally there is a control knob that can be assigned to any of these parameters. So if like switching this doesn't make it for you, and you want the shaping to be on this knob instead, and you want to perform with both, you've got that. So it stays very compact, but it's still focused on the performability. Let's just feed a few more CVs.
Yeah, I love the sound of it.
Yeah, one more CV. So yeah, you can do like very musical stuff with that. Drum synthesis tricks kind of packed into like a lot of macros and work around. It comes for around 220 euros after tax, depending on where you live. So that's the Crust, and then we are also showing this one, the Thyme Plus. It's a delay box. It's quite a complex delay with multi-taps, filter in the feedback, and it's built around the metaphor of a digital tape machine. And each of those parameters in the signal chain has a so-called robot, a modulation source, which can be either LFO, envelope, or external CV. And when you do that, and each of those modulations can be also in stereo, so when you do that, you get a lot of, these are the preset buttons, so you can get a lot of different, like very crunchy, interesting presets that are like very stereo and can also sound nothing like a delay. So it's like very like sound designy approach to a delay.
And are these buttons essentially settings, different like
exactly.
programs?
So these are like presets for all the settings, and you can either play it like this, and there is also a sequencer on board that you can play to switch it for you.
Nice.
So you can get like really complex effects, and this is like a effects processor that's basically designed to be an instrument that you play. So this is like one way to play it, but of course there is a lot to explore just by like making it classic delay. It's fun.
Really brilliant. A lot of fun to be had there.
Yeah.
And can you load, like if other people make presets, can you load them in? How do you communicate? What's the sort of input and output?
So it has a MIDI input, and you can like load in like CCs, and that's basically how you would go about that. But otherwise, yeah. So it's got like stereo in, stereo out, and either you can like take it with 2 jacks, or one of them can give you also stereo jacks for like headphones or stereo cables. Clock in, analog clock in, CV in, foot switch input, and a MIDI input.
Excellent.
That's the connectivity. And it's a re-edition of a Thyme box that we released maybe 6 years ago. It's got new enclosure, new knobs, bunch of tweaks in the firmware, but it's still like the iconic Thyme box that we crafted a while back.
And is this version available now? When will this be ready?
Yes, so it's available now. We're shipping in 2-3 weeks. When we get back, early June shipping, yeah, it comes for around 600 euros with tax, depending, a bit less than 600, depending on where you live.
Well, thank you very much for showing us that. Really sound great.
This was fun.